I'll go ahead and call the Livingston Municipal Planning Commission meeting to order and welcome each one tonight. We're going to move right on down the line here tonight. The BZA, I think, meets right after us. So, item number 2, approval of October the 28th, 2019 minutes.
I make a motion we accept them.
I second.
Motion by Rick and second by Matilda. All for, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. There is none. Thank you. Item number 3, consideration of final subdivision plat for property located on McHenry Street, Daugherty Street, Martin Division.
Mr. Chairman, this is the Dennis Martin subdivision dividing 0.71 acres into 3 proposed new lots from property located on McHenry Street and Daugherty Street. Lot 1 is 0.29 acres in an existing residential structure. Lot 2 is 0.21 acres and is currently vacant. Lot 3 is 0.21 acres and is currently vacant. The proposed new lots are zoned to R2, high-density residential. Minimum lot size in R2 is 7,500 square feet. So lots 2 and 3 are approximately 9,175 square feet apiece. So they will both be over that minimum threshold there for lot size. Lot 1 would require a 3-foot right-of-way variance because of Daugherty Street is let's see, if it's 3-foot right-of-way variance, it would be 22, so a 44-foot right-of-way on Daugherty Street instead of a 50-foot. Lots 2 and 3 would require a 5-foot right-of-way variance from the PC for McHenry Street, which is 40-foot right-of-way.
I've got 6 variants on there, Tommy.
Okay, my apologies. So it'd be a 6-foot right-of-way variance instead of a 5-foot right-of-way variance. And then lots 2 and 3 would also require a 5-foot width at building setback variance from the Board of Zoning Appeals. Zoning ordinance requires 60-foot lot width. These have 55 and change, 55.99, 55.99 for both. And then they're served by an existing 6-inch water line, an existing 2-inch sewer line, and would comply with all other subdivision regulations and zoning ordinance requirements. So even if approved by the Planning Commission, if the right-of-way variance were granted, it would be pending Board of Zoning Appeals approval.
Okay, thank you, Tommy. Any questions from the board? Any discussion at all? If none, I need a motion that it be approved.
Tom, you got any problems with this?
Not with the right-of-way variance, no. The lot width variance is, subject to the Board of Zoning Appeals, so I won't speak on it. But as far as this board is concerned, it meets all of our requirements with the exception of the right-of-way variances. And, usually with the existing streets, we usually always give those right-of-way variances.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve this request and pass the one on to the BCA.
Okay, we have a motion by Robert that it be approved with the passing on to BZA.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, Robert, if you would, with that motion, that will be to grant those right-of-way variances to approve the plat pending signatures and pending, oh no, he's got signatures. So to approve the right-of-way variances pending BZA approval.
I so move.
Got a motion by Robert. I need a second, please.
I second.
Second by Matilda. All for, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Item number 4, consideration of final subdivision plat for property located on Rickman Road, Villa Drive, and County House Road, Cox Division.
While David is passing this out, I'll read a little bit about this one. We first saw this in June 27th of 2019. 12.25 acres into 14 proposed new lots located on Rickman Road, Villa Drive, County House Road. Zoned R1, 12-inch water line, 6-inch water line, two fire hydrants and 1 proposed hydrant. So no sewer out here. So all these lots must be 0.46 acres or bigger, or 20,000 square feet according to our zoning ordinance, due to the fact that we don't have any sewer out there. So all of these lots are 0.46 or bigger. At the October and at the June 27th, 2019 meeting, we did grant this plat preliminary approval. Saw it again on October 28th, 2019, last month, due to the fact that we were increasing lots 1 and 2 and decreasing lot 14. Lots 1 and 2 would go from 0.46 to 0.55, and lot 14 would decrease from 4.14 to 3.96. And we did approve that lot line adjustment of those 3 lots. So where we sit now is we have preliminary approval for this plat. And so after reviewing it, and I'm going to ask David, is there any changes between this final plat and the presented preliminary plat from last month?
No.
Okay, so basically this plat has remained the same. And the one thing, the water lines were already in the ground. Two fire hydrants were already in the ground, but we needed a third. And so David, I believe.
This Mr. Cox right here, the developer.
Okay. David has in his possession a receipt that Mr. Cox paid for the fire hydrant. So in my opinion, that's just as good as a letter of credit. Has it been installed yet? I guess, so it has not been installed yet, but it has been paid for. So with that being the only delinquent infrastructure, I'm okay if we pass this, because we do have that receipt from the town that says that he has paid for it. When are the plans to install the fire hydrant?
When I talked to Jerry Kennedy, he said they were, the best I remember, waiting on a piece, a valve or something to install that. And I told him I would go show him where it went just whenever he got ready to put it in.
So we don't have any idea when it's going to be installed.
And Jerry's off this week.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Can we go ahead and approve this even though the hydrant is not in yet?
I think so, Robert. Yeah, I think we can approve this. We've got the financial guarantee. It's paid for. I believe actually the onus is on the city now to put the fire hydrant in.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't get put in, it's our fault. So I would say yes, sir.
David will make sure it gets put in.
I would say so, yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve this plat as a final one for Mr. Cox so he can get to work.
Okay, we have a motion from Robert that we go ahead and approve this plat, so the gentleman can get the construction done. I need a second, please.
I'll second.
Second by Ricky Mack. All for, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, there is none. Carries, David. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we can get that. Yeah, I'll keep it for mine.
Mr. Cox, good luck on everything there. Okay, item number 4, other business if necessary.
I don't have anything, Mr. Chairman, other than that, usually typically in December, due to the close proximity of the holiday, we do not have a meeting. I believe this year it's on, our normal meeting would be on December the 23rd, which is awfully close. I know a lot of people do folks on that whole week. And so unless there is just overwhelmingly pressing business, we will not meet again until January. And one thing I would like to just remind everybody is conflict of interest statements are due at the end of January, so please don't forget to take care of that. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Anything from anyone else?
Have you received yours?
Have you got yours yet?
No.
I hadn't.
First of the year.
Okay.
No. Okay, I need a motion. We adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All for? Aye? Aye. Thank you all. Thanks for being here.
We'll call the Livingston Board of Zoning Appeals to order and ask for approval of the September 23rd, 2019 minutes. Do we need to discuss those? Everybody got?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion is made. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All opposed, no. Motion passed. Pardon me, called us to order, did I? Or did I? Okay. We will now close this BZA and open a public hearing to consider the following request. They have a request for a 5 feet lot width building setback line variance for 2 lots located on McHenry Street, a Martin request. Have any discussion on it?
Yes, sir. Just a little background here. There is some subdivision plats that were approved at the Planning Commission meeting just a few minutes ago. Lots 2 and 3 of the plat only has 55 feet of, the lots are only 55 feet wide, and the zoning requirement for an R2 lot is 60 feet wide. And so the plat was passed pending BZA approval, and that's pretty much the gist of it.
Anyone need to see that?
I'd
plat?
love to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
David?
What I'd prefer we do, Mr. Chairman, right here is see if there's any public comment regarding this. Then once that's finished, we'll close that public hearing and then re-up the BZA meeting, and then we'll discuss it as a group.
That's what I asked you a while ago. Did we have any comments anywhere? Did I not state that? Does there anybody need to discuss anything about this? There being no discussion, we'll close the public hearing and reopen the BZA meeting for consideration of the 5 feet lot width setback variance for the Martin property on McHenry Street.
Mr. Chairman, we'll have David present these plats here so everybody can kind of look at them. To my knowledge, Christian is here. Christian, did we receive any calls or comments from any citizens regarding this, to your knowledge? You can just tell us.
No, we've not received any comments.
Yeah, and we'll let the record show, Mr. Chairman, that Building Inspector and Codes Enforcement Officer Christian Manzel has stated that he did not receive any calls or comments one way or the other, neither in favor of or against these variance requests.
Can you tell me where exactly this is?
Mr. Roberts, if you'll look on the vicinity map there to the right, in the top right circle, you'll see West Main Street right there, and then McHenry Street and Daughtery Street. It's fairly close to the park, is it not?
It is just almost directly across from the bathroom of the new park.
Pretty close to Winningham Hardware.
Down the street, 600 feet maybe.
Yeah, it's Livingston Funeral Home fronts Daughtery Street there, and it's on down past that, I believe it'll do.
So is there a house there now with a backyard?
There is a house in the front on lot number 1. 2 and 3 are vacant. They would have 3 lots instead of 2. Two lots on McHenry Street instead of 1.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It would be 2 lots instead of 1. The lot 1 complies completely with our regs, so that lot would be, they would have that. Lots 2 and 3, though, if we did not allow for the lot width variance, they would only have 1 building lot instead of 2 building lots.
I'm just trying to picture it because I'm over that way a lot at the park. So is there a house there on Lot 2?
If you come from the Forest Park down McHenry Street from Winningham Hardware, on the corner is a trailer park. Coming back up toward Winningham's is a double wide or a modular home and then a duplex. And then this lot would be beside those.
Okay,
And then no other structures till you get to the hardware store.
okay.
This is the lot.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion for approval or disapproval.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. All opposed? Motion passed. We have any other business? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion, a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed?